underground action here on our social media platforms. Opening round matchup of Area 2, we have the young upstart one, Zack Rayne, and the Gavel, David Lawless. Because I don't want to talk to the Gavel, David Lawless right now, I'm going to go to Zack Rayne.
I like this guy already.
Zack Rayne, you've had a lot of potential coming into Fight Underground. Explain to us, our fans here on social media, just who Zack Rayne is and why they should be excited that you're here in Fight Underground.
So I think that something important about this company is the varied roster. So we make the joke that it's like a fighting game. There's a million different types of strategies. There's a million fighting styles. Even within just wrestling, there's different styles. The one thing that I haven't seen yet is what Bubba saw and filled the gap in his team. He wanted somebody with a strong style background. I don't come in with strategy. It's not about outthinking my opponent. I want to see how hard they can hit me and how hard I can keep hitting them while they do it. That's it. Whoever weathers the storm takes the W. That's what I do.
Certainly resiliency and durability may be your game plan coming into here, but one man that is very cerebral in his approach, Lawless, it's the pandemic. The whole world is melting around us. The one positive I thought I had is I wouldn't have to see the Gavel David Lawless. Somehow, like a leech, like a fungus, you're here in Fight Underground. So tell us, why are you here and what do you plan to do?
Well, first of all, Tucker LaMotta, I can't believe you would make such blasphemous comments about me in the first interview, but I want to respond to what the White Rabbit, Zack Rayne, said. He doesn't actually game plan or think like most stupid Americans. He just hits people as hard as he can.
Thank you.
Excuse me, I'm speaking. Anyway, the point is that this world is all about thinking. The smartest people are always the ones that get ahead. See, Bill Gates and Jeff Bezos, you don't see them with six packs. You don't see them clubbing each other over the head. And the reason is because they're the smartest human beings. They know how to get ahead in the system. So the Gavel David Lawless, well, I need no introduction, but I am the greatest attorney. I am the greatest professional wrestler in the world. And what you need to understand about our society, Jim, is that nothing gets accomplished without the work of an attorney. We are talking about the pinnacle of education and career. So when I come into Fight Underground, see, Mr. Rayne thinks this is a game. No, this isn't a game to me. See, this is how I approach everything in life. So he might have a strategy of seeing who's going to hit him the hardest and whether he can stand back up. But I already know what his weaknesses are, and I already know how I'm going to suss them out in this match.
Are you trying to put me to sleep? Because this is what I talked about when we signed up for this. It's a bunch of dudes that are talking in a company that's called Fight. Why are there so many words being used? Are you a wrestler, or are you a motivational speaker? What's the point you're trying to get across to me right now? I'm here to fists up, throw down. That's the whole deal, isn't it?
Well, let me respond to your question, dude. Let me talk to you, man. See, maybe in your little trailer trash world, okay, you're looking to go out there and get your rocks off by punching someone in the face. But in the real world here, where we compete for money and for power, see, real men know how to use this. And maybe we use some of this a little bit, but that's not the first result. So Zack Rayne, you and all the other Proud Boys that are in Fight Underground, you can stand back and stand by as I kick your ass in that ring, because the White Rabbit is supposed to signify a new beginning. But unfortunately for you, Zack Rayne, my beginning spells your end here in Fight Underground. Dude.
Lawless, are you done? You're putting me to sleep. You're verbal Benadryl, you know that? I can't stand you, and neither can this guy. So, Zack Rayne, I'm going to give you the final words here before your matchup with the Gavel David Lawless. Final comments going into this opening round matchup for Area 2.
You want a closing statement? Is this more in your wheelhouse? How about, I have 47 wins out of my last 50 matches. I've wrestled more in quarantine than some guys have wrestled in their career. I don't stop. I move forward. I get back up. If you think that that's something to dance around and it's all going to be fun and games, you think this is a game? I think this is a game. This has been everything for me since I was 16 years old. I was trained by Nicholas Thorne, and then I went back and learned MMA from the wild man Robbie Page. This is what we do. This is a lineage. And when you talk trash on me, you're taking a dump on the entire strong style community. So I hope that it's as easy as you think. And I really hope you're as tough as you say you are, because I am looking forward to punching you in the mouth.
And Gavel, I'd like to give you a last word, but I'm not going to because we're out of time. So, folks, be back here on Facebook.
The community.
Okay. Check out Zack Rayne knocking out Gavel David Wallace. See you next time. Center. Want a nice clean pad match. No low blows, no fish hooking, no hair pulling, no ear pulling. Legal tags will be enforced. This up, right out. And we're going to jumpstart this one, Paul. We have Tad Jarvis.
Yeah, well, if you've noticed, I don't think it had much effect on Dennis Gregory and Hentai because they're just taking their time as... Well, Tad Jarvis a little too much into that social media these days.
Yeah, Tim Titan is about to get his block rearranged because they are in there with two bona fide Pittsburgh legends in Super Hentai and Dennis Gregory. The phrase, they have done it all, may be overused in professional wrestling, but it's no exaggeration when I tell you that Dennis Gregory, a 25-year pro, and Super Hentai, a 22-year pro, have quite literally done it all in Pittsburgh professional wrestling.
Without a doubt, you have Dennis Gregory, who's been in the military. He serves our country overseas. You have Super Hentai, who has traveled to Japan. These guys are national and international workers. Kid, just worry about the match, kid. Just worry about the match.
Keep your eyes on me, son!
Dennis Gregory, a true cornerstone of Pittsburgh professional wrestling. And to your point, Paul, Super Hentai trained in Hayabusa, Japan. Reverse here from Gregory, back elbow. And notice Gregory knew exactly what to do and when to do it. He knew what counter to go to and knew exactly when to execute it.
This man walks around with an attitude all the time. He's an angry man, but I'll tell you what, he knows exactly what he's doing inside that squared circle.
Yeah, Tad Jarvis may fancy himself a social media icon. Dennis Gregory was winning championships before social media existed.
Most of us were.
But a rake of the eyes is going to slow Hentai down. And one thing we know about Tad Jarvis, he's not afraid to take a shortcut. Hentai has him up. Baby boy power slam.
Timothy Titan just coming in at the last minute. He may regret that.
See you later, Tim Titan. He's out of here. Gregory is not playing games.
Look at the power in Super Hentai. This young man, a big powerhouse.
Come up here, Super.
Gregory driving Jarvis down to the canvas. Hentai is perched. The double knees down and forget about it. Game over.
Hentai and Dennis Gregory making absolute short work out of Tad Jarvis and Timothy Titan here tonight. And I'll tell you what, I expected it to happen that way.
Tad Jarvis, Timothy Titan. It seems as though you guys overlooked the two veterans in Dennis Gregory and Super Hentai. How do you rebound after this loss here today? Says protest.
Yeah, we're protesting the loss. We didn't lose. It was clear. It was a disqualification. They disqualified themselves. We won.
They hit the pinfall.
Two people in the ring for longer than 5 seconds. We have to protest that. This loss is not only Tim probable, it's completely Tim possible, and I will not stand for this.
There was a 3 count.
Don't be a Timbecile, Nick. There was more than 2 people in the ring for 5 seconds. It is a clear disqualification. You're looking at your winners.
Why are you being a tad hole right now? You're just being a straight out tad hole.
What a Timbecile. This interview's over.
Super Hentai, Dennis Gregory, you guys just had a dominant performance here in Fight Underground, scoring your first win here in the Duos division. How's it feel to win your first match here in Fight Underground?
The Sons of Liberty have arrived in Fight Underground. We are here to pledge our allegiance to Team Radford. You want to be entertained? Google Dennis Gregory. You want to be excited? Google Hentai. You want to be overwhelmed? Get in the ring with the Sons of Liberty.
Sons of Liberty, thank you so much for your time. And again, congratulations. We're all excited to see what you guys do here next at Fight Underground.
Let's go, Sue.
Well, hello, friends. I'm your pal in the mainstream media.
And I'm the Riz.
And, you know, Riz, it takes years of strenuous, dedicated training before you're worthy to step inside a professional wrestling ring. But it takes even more time to develop complex, highly astute opinions about professional wrestling. Am I right?
That is correct. And you know where we can find that?
Yes.
On the Wrestling Mayhem.
That's right.
Gentlemen to the center. Excuse me. George, is it? How you doing? Come here. Look, as the only practicing lawyer here, I should know what the rules are, so come on, tell me them ahead of time.
Shut up.
I need you in here. George?
Every time.
Okay. No objections. No eye gouges. No ear pulling. No hair pulling.
No neck breakers.
Okay, I guess that's all right. Just off and throw down. Oh, wait, you gotta tell him the rules too. This is why I asked for it ahead of time. Hold on, I'll tell you. No hair pulling, which isn't gonna matter for you.
Fine, thanks.
No eye gouges. Is it fish hooks and no low blows?
Thank you.
Did you get that, moron?
Yes, thanks.
Okay,
Appreciate it.
good.
All right, well, David Lawless handing down the instructions.
Fight Underground back here on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, everywhere. You can find us on social media. We're here. The young upstart Zack Rayne taking on established pro, the Gavel, David Lawless. And Paul, I'd be remiss if I didn't point out that the one positive out of this entire year is I thought I could avoid David Lawless, but somehow this leech, this fungus, this disease of the Gavel is here in the Fight Underground.
Well, and it's kind of crazy, you know, picked and drafted on our Fight Council draft by Brandon Kay. I mean, those two guys have history. David Lawless, who's Brandon Kay's student, literally tried to end Brandon Kay's career, and then he goes and picks him for his team.
Yeah, absolutely. They went through wars in Brandon Kay's Rise Pro Wrestling. But I think
Lawless objecting vehemently here.
Right there!
I can do it if you
You see this?
Claiming a hair pull.
I wonder if Wall was paid for that haircut, Paul.
Well, you know, if they say, don't fall asleep in the chair after you insult the barber.
But to your point, I believe the reason that Brandon drafted the Gavel, despite their tumultuous history, is because as much as it pains me to say it, I get a pain right in the middle of my chest, right in the sternum. David Wallace is a top-tier pro. Absolutely no doubt about it.
Oh, no doubt there. You know, that pain could be from the spaghetti he ate last night, too. You never know.
And you can see how Wallace closes the distance and tries to take over, but Zack Rayne is an aggressive young athlete. Zack Rayne, still relatively young in his career, is just looking for an opportunity to truly make a name for himself.
And just laying those forearms into the chest area of David Lawless is Zack Rayne. That big crescent-style kick right to the chest again.
Yeah, Rayne has a lot of speed in his game. His repertoire is very dynamic. Spinal tap.
Oh, wow. David Lawless might want to call for a recess here.
And seeing pain etched on the face of the Gavel makes me smile. Finds 2.5 that time.
David Lawless, like we said, he is one hell of an athlete, one hell of a competitor. You're going to have to do a lot more despite everything Zack Rayne has done so far if you want to beat David Lawless.
Well, the true problem with David Lawless is not only is he physically talented, but he also has that mental acumen. He is a practicing warrior. The man did pass the bar exam.
He passed the bar, and I can't pass a bar, literally.
Wallace out here in front of us. Avoids the contact. And that's what I'm
Just
telling
like
you.
that.
The Gavel is very cerebral inside those ring ropes.
He suckered
Or in this
Zack
case,
Rayne in.
outside of those ring ropes.
He suckered him in, that's for sure.
Using the ring as a weapon, as an impromptu tag team partner, did the Gavel that time.
Yeah, with that big hangman's maneuver, now Zack Rayne, he's hurting severely here. Look out. Big belly to back suplex by Lawless.
Lateral press, hooks the leg. And you have to admire the fight of Zack Rayne because he has taken several maneuvers in a row, and you heard that shot.
Yeah, very vocal here at ringside. We've got members of Team Bubba, Bad Bubba Brewer himself, our fight council member, and the Rev Ron Hunt, trying to cheer on Zack Rayne.
Look out, Gavel hooks him up.
Beautifully executed suplex
And
by
that's
the
what I'm
Gavel.
telling you, he is so crisp inside those ring ropes.
Oh, hey, I'm not going to take anything away from his wrestling ability just because the guy's a jerk.
Soccer kick to the chest. Could be all. Flash pin here, almost. Man, that was close.
I mean, you know, I get hives when I'm around lawyers because I've built a few houses for them over the years with my fees.
Gavel, he's trying to shake some feeling back into that arm. Could be a result of that kick to the spine earlier.
Could very well. He may have a stinger of some sort after that, without laying that clothesline in.
Hooks that leg. And notice how the Gavel, despite how arrogant and cocky he is, he will never make an elementary mistake like not hooking the leg.
Oh, no, he hooks the leg every single time. There's no two ways about that.
He's got a Muay Thai clinch here. Rayne knows where he's at. He's aware of his surroundings, trying to fight his way out of it.
Hooking him up to that rude awakening.
And this could be it, Paul.
He planted him with that, without a doubt. Big leg, standing leg drop there.
What elevation for extra impact. And David Paul, I'm going to give some credit where it's due. Zack Rayne is not going to go quietly here.
Hey, I tell you what, Bad Bubba Brewer is a well-respected veteran of this business, not just the Pittsburgh area, but the central Pennsylvania area. He knows what he's doing. You know, for him to pick Zack Rayne, you know this guy's a top-notch competitor.
Springboard, flash kick,
Right
knocks
on
the
the
Gavel
jaw.
inside out.
That big lariat-style clothesline.
Look out. Runs into a back elbow.
Lawless trying to create a much-needed separation there.
Look out here, Paul. Tornado spikes him. Could this be an upset?
It could, well, Zack Rayne has had a lot taken out of him as well. As you can see, can he crawl over and make that cover?
Paul, I have to ask you, what would it mean for the career of Zack Rayne, not just here in Fight Underground, but across the board, if he can defeat an established pro like David Lawless?
Oh, that would be a huge notch in his gun belt if he can pull this win off.
You know, Paul, as unfiltered as our surroundings are, you can really see the passion, the dedication to this sport in these surroundings. But you can also see some blatant damn cheating by David Lawless.
Using
Breaks
the ref
the
as a
eye.
distraction. Damn. David Lawless pulling out the win here tonight.
And like the true snake he is, he's going to steal one here.
David Lawless, you got your first win here at Fight Underground. You hit him with the final judgment. What's next for you here at Fight Underground? You're going to move on to the next round here at Area 2.
Area 2, Area 5, Area 51, it doesn't matter. Wherever the Gavel shows up, I know the rules, I know how to get it done in the ring, and I know just when the ref's not looking. So everyone at Fight Underground, you may not have seen the Gavel David Lawless in a while, but you're certainly going to start seeing a lot more of me here. I'm going to win whatever stupid championship these old-timers have put up for us, and I'm going to prove why Lawless is flawless. You're welcome, morons.
David Lawless, thank you for your time, and congratulations on your first win here at Fight Underground. Zack Rayne, you put in a hard-fought matchup here tonight, and after a blatant pull with the referee and then an eye gouge behind his back, you ended up suffering the final judgment. Where do you go from here in Fight Underground?
So listen, my job was to support Team Bubba. I'm the clinch hitter. I get that. This isn't a good start. But when you get two studs in here, it can go either way. I'm not going to cut corners, and I'm not going to cheat. So, yeah, I'm at a disadvantage. We still got to be ready for that kind of stuff, and clearly I wasn't. God help me, Lawless was the better man tonight. But I'll be watching for it the next time. And I promise you, the next time, these guys are going to have to follow the white rabbit.
Lawless. We are joined by council members RPW, Sniper, and Stacy Hunter. RPW, do you have the first question?
First off, congratulations. Impressive victory. What kind of strategy did you go into this first contest?
Well, it's the same strategy that I go into every contest, and that is to study my opponent, study the environment, and use it to my advantage. Is there any surprise that the greatest attorney and professional wrestler in the world was able to do just that in his first Fight Underground match? No. So that's what I'll do moving forward, and that's what I'll do for the rest of my career.
Impressive.
Stacy Hunter, do you have a question?
Now, you just said you approach every match the same way. You don't know your opponent in the next match, so how are you going to approach that one?
Doesn't matter. I'm in the courtroom all the time. I don't know what people are going to say. I don't know what stupid questions are going to come out of your mouth next, but I got to answer those. So whoever my opponent is, I'm going to do the same thing I do all the time. And that's be flawless.
Sniper, do you have a question?
Well, being as cocky and arrogant as you are, how do you feel, and do you want to have, who do you want to go face up against next here at Fight Underground?
That's a good question. I almost could understand it from all the stuttering. Listen, it's not arrogance, okay? I went to school for 21 years to get to the point in my career where I'm the greatest attorney in the world. I ran through competition all up and down the East Coast to become the greatest professional wrestler here. So there's no arrogance. I'm the least arrogant person in this room. The truth is, I don't care who I face. If it's Beastman, if it's John Roden, if it's Mike Law, if it's, I'll take on Warhorse for all that I care. Because the simple fact is, this will never be outdone by anyone in professional wrestling. So thanks for I guess we'll call it a question, but really it doesn't matter who the competition is. We done?
Any final thoughts?
Yeah. Lawless is flawless.
In the aftermath with Zack Rayne, we are joined by council members Stacy Hunter, Dash Bennett, and Bubba Brewer. Bubba, do you have the first question?
Well, it's not going to be so much a question. It's going to be, I believe in Zack Rayne, and my question is to you, Zack. I know and full-heartedly you came this close. You are with Team Bubba, so what can you do now in a second attempt if you get a match in Fight Underground?
Listen, so first, Coach, I just want to apologize. I came into this, I thought I had it scouted. Like I said earlier, when you have two guys that are clearly studs, I'm not taking anything away from Lawless. But I should have known that not everybody's going to come in here and try to carry a code of honor. It's a fight, and sometimes you get caught slipping. I stepped in to try to help the referee, and I paid for it. And I don't have an excuse for that.
Dash, do you have a question?
I'd like to know just what your strategy was going into this match, because very clearly David Lawless had a strategy, and he executed that flawlessly, in my opinion. So what was your plan to combat that?
I think I've made it clear over my career that I'm not a strategy guy. I'm not the smartest guy in the ring.
Clearly.
Thank you.
Whoa.
I came here because I was asked to. I wanted to support a guy that I grew up watching, that has been a mentor to me my entire career, my entire life. And when Bubba called me, I showed up. So I came in here with the same game plan that I always have. Strong style isn't about plans. It's not about reading. It's not about foreseeing the future. It's about getting hit and continuing to move forward. And if that's the way this match would have gone, if it wouldn't have been jumping one of your officials and sticking a thumb in my eye, I would have persevered. And I promise you that he would not have weathered that storm.
Stacy, do you have a question?
Yeah, I'm going to do this in a way that Dash can't quickly. Where do you go from here?
Wherever you guys put me. I was happy for the opportunity. I'd love another one. I just want to fight. You know, you guys said it's fists up, throw down. And I said in my promo, whenever I sent it in for the first fight, shut up and fight me. Whatever you guys see fit, I just want to fight.
Zach, do you have any thoughts moving forward?
I'm just happy to be here. I think this is an excellent product. I think this is a great concept. I think the right guys are in the position. I would have liked to have been in the finals with them, but watching Beastman, watching our team captain, the Rev Ron Hunt, I'll play my role. I'm here to support the team.